Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Paul Bauer. I am a realtor here in the Lincoln, Omaha area. And today with me, I have Spencer Brown, who's the owner and operator of Adjusted Life Chiropractic. So, how are you doing today, Spencer?
Not too bad. It's been a good Friday.
Yes, very true. And before we fully get into things, I just wanted to clear the air and say, yes, we are brothers, but not brothers by blood. We're just beard brothers. So just so there's no confusion or anything like that. Obviously, his beard is 10 times better than mine. So kudos to him. But we're not actually brothers. We're just beard brothers. So I know there's going to be so many people wondering that. So I just had to clear the air.
Love it.
But yeah, we'll get right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah. My wife and I own Adjusted Life Chiropractic. We've been doing this for about 3.5 years now. And so it's kind of funny. We do work together. As this pandemic has hit, there was a lot of people that were concerned about all the time they had to spend with their families, and it was just a normal day for us. So it's been kind of fun to see that kind of grow and have our relationship grow in the past 2 years as we've been doing this. So it's just the two of us, and then we've got some team members here that we just have fun doing this with. And so we own a chiropractic office, and so there's a lot of different chiropractors here in town throughout the state, and so we do things a little bit differently. We really focus on some different things, much more neurologically based, and so not necessarily that pain that a lot of people think about, and then really specialize in families, pediatrics, and pregnancy.
Awesome. Yeah. I will tell everyone, I've known Spencer for many years, but my wife and almost 12-week-old, which is kind of hard to believe, they both go to
Crazy.
Spencer, and he's been awesome so far. So, well, tell us a little bit more about how you got into this business.
Yeah. I have known that I was going to be a chiropractor since I was 12 years old. There's no reason, honestly. It's just a God-given vision of, hey, you're going to be a chiropractor. And there's lots of papers from middle school, high school that you can see where I said I was going to do this. And there's just a path that you walk down. And so I walked down that path and just kept following it. And went to chiropractic school in Davenport, Iowa, to Palmer College. It's the Fountainhead is where it all started. Ironically, the same day that we opened our office was the 105-year anniversary of chiropractic. We had no idea that was the case, but it was just this really cool thing that happened. We had some delays. We should have been open months earlier, and it all kind of came together. So, yeah, we got into it like that. My parents owned a business, and so business has always been a fun thing for me. I've always wanted to own businesses, and so it just made sense to kind of be my own boss. At the time, I was a lot more immature than I was now, and knew that I probably wouldn't be the best employee. And so that self-awareness kind of helped me to know that I should probably just be my own boss. And so we've built this from literally the two of us to having a couple team members and lots of awesome practice members, wonderful families that we've been able to help over the years.
That's awesome. Yeah. I don't think many people could probably say that since they're 12, they kind of knew not only what profession, but it actually be a realistic profession as well. It's obviously, they're stereotypical like doctor and fireman and police officer. Obviously, those are real jobs and everything, and people can grow up to be that. But I don't think you'll hear very many stories where at the age of 12, it's like, yep, chiropractor. That's my niche.
Yeah, when I got into college, I found it shocking that people didn't know what they wanted to do and that they hadn't known this forever. It was a big eye opener just because I did just always known, and everyone supported that dream. And so I just had a lot of help along the way with it. So kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what Spencer's going to do now is he's going to share his screen, and he's going to take us on a little bit of a journey through his website to allow people to see it.
Yeah, so you can see here, this is my wife, Casey, and then our lovely dog, Ginger. So it's just the three of us right now. We have a lot of fun together. We take lots of walks. She absolutely loves this cold weather. A couple of nights ago when it was beyond freezing, she went outside and just laid down on the concrete. So she absolutely loves this crazy weather. But a few things we want to show you guys. So the pediatrics that I was really talking about. So ICPA stands for International Chiropractic Pediatric Association. And so we are in the process of finishing up a couple extra certifications. I literally have all of the classes finished and just finishing up a test for that. But what that really does is that helps us kind of stand out in the pediatric world. When you think of traditional chiropractic, it can be kind of scary for adults. And so when you think about that with kids, it's really kind of scary. And so that's not at all what it's like. Paul can attest to that. But the ICPA has really just made us more qualified to help these kids. And so we help kids with things like colic. We help them with issues with breastfeeding, sleeping. It's crazy when you hear about kids that don't sleep through the night. That's not normal. And our chiropractic kids, they definitely sleep through the night. And so mom and dad definitely like that quite a bit more. But then as they grow up, we help them with things like ADHD, autism. We've got all sorts of different neurological things, but the ICPA has just been a huge resource in extra training. And so all that's been done outside of after I graduated. So just a lot of extra training there. Another interesting thing is the technique that we use. So like I was saying, traditional chiropractic, that's not what we do in our office. We use a technique called torque release technique. And so as you can see here, what I'm holding, this is the instrument that I do 99% of my adjusting with. We really call it chiropractic 2.0, because what we're doing is we're evaluating the nervous system and we're evaluating your body in a way that most people are not used to. With traditional chiropractic, it's up to the chiropractor to kind of go through and feel, and it works fantastic. And then there's usually that twist and that pop that people are used to. Well, what we're doing is we're actually looking at your body, looking through some reflexes, the muscles, and your body tells me what needs to be adjusted, when it needs to be adjusted, and how it needs to be adjusted. And then with this instrument, it's much faster than I could ever hope to be. And so we don't have to use my entire body weight to get the same great adjustments. And so it's a lot more gentle. It's a lot quicker. People are getting results faster, but then we're also seeing results that people aren't used to. We see a lot of people that with their anxiety, it decreases, and they're like, wait, how has this happened? Well, when we're focusing on the neurological aspect of it, we're able to see these really cool things. If you would have asked me when I was going into chiropractic school if celebrating when kids poop is a fun thing, I never would have guessed that. And so definitely a crazy thing that we see, but all these things are neurologically based. And so kids don't come and say, hey, I've got neck pain, I've got back pain, maybe a headache every now and then. And so with this, we're able to just get a lot of really, really cool results that people just aren't used to. And so it's the new way of doing chiropractic, not a way that people are used to. And it's just kind of a fun thing that we fell in love with. Everything is research-based. And so I was a big researcher even back in undergraduate. And so that's kind of how I fell in love with this technique. Was everything was reproducible. And it's not just, me, the doctor. If Paul was trained in this technique, he would find the exact same thing to adjust. And that makes it a lot more fun when you're talking about the results and able to work concurrently with a lot of people to get people some really good results. So that was the biggest things. We do have tabs for people to schedule appointments, but they can figure that out on their own. So I'll turn things back over to you, Paul.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely attest that before we even had our daughter or anything like that, chiropractic care and everything has been in both my wife and I's lives, but we never really thought so much about kids. But when you think of, and Spencer made this very apparent, when you think of the trauma that babies go through when it comes to being born and everything like that, it obviously makes perfect sense that they might have some things out of whack. And so the care that Spencer does take with the patients, especially newborns and everything like that, it is pretty awesome to see where every time we come in for appointment, we really don't have to worry just because the care he does provide is superior. So it's something that we're very thankful of. And I can attest that the funny things that Spencer was talking about, I was laughing, but I was on mute. So that was a good thing. But the number twos is definitely something that's common and we don't really have to worry about as much. So thank you. Yeah, so when it comes to your business and everything like that, who do you consider to be a part of your support team? Are you, partnered, or are there places here in town that you do business with?
Yeah. So, kind of talking about like the kids and all that. So, the Lincoln Doulas is a big corporation that we've done a lot of work with. And so, chiropractic is an amazing piece, but it's just a piece of the puzzle for a lot of these moms. And so, working with these doulas is a great way for us to kind of help them get some education and things that we're just not as qualified for. One of the things that we really focus on here is just being the best at what we're the best at, and that's chiropractic. And we're not the best at exercises or stretching and a couple other things. And so we don't do those things. We want to be the expert in those. And so having those doulas is just a great resource for us. This last year, we've been really fortunate to partner with Disrupting Traffic, which is a nonprofit that helps stop sex trafficking here in Nebraska. And so we've been really fortunate and blessed by our practice numbers. We've been able to donate a few $1,000s last year, even throughout the pandemic, to them and help help their mission go. And then from a more personal side with our business, and then just growing our family, we've had some great relationships through BNI and met some really great people. Ryan Schmeitz has been a huge asset to us. He's an insurance agent in town and has helped us just navigate the world of insurance through not only like our business, but our home and different things. And then Tyler Wellman helps us do a lot of financial advising, helping us not just spend money and be a lot more cautious for the future. And he just helps us out a lot with that. So some people that have just really helped us kind of through our process of all this.
Yeah. It seems like you have a really good team, for all aspects, like you said, work and personal life. So that's always a good thing that you have the support that you can kind of lean on for both sides that a lot of people probably wish they had. So I know a lot of those groups and organizations are great for, making connections. So once again, with the business, when it comes to whether it's this year or, in the near future, is there anything specific that you're kind of looking forward to? Or it could, be something in Lincoln as well.
Yeah. So last year with the pandemic, we had some plans that didn't get to happen, right? When we turned 2 at our office, we had a gigantic party. And so that's something that we're kind of hoping that we'll be able to do this year, God willing, with everything will be kind of calmed down and we'll be able to do that. But we actually filled up our entire parking lot. And if you've seen our parking lot, it's massive. And it was completely full of cars, people. We had a bounce house, food, and just honestly just celebrating people that have made it possible for us to celebrate ourselves. And so we're really hoping to do that this year as we turn 4 and just kind of celebrating Lincoln and thanking them for everything that they've done, because we've definitely not done this alone by any means. And so we just really like to give back to those people. And so that'll be the big thing that we're really praying and hoping for in this year, is that we can kind of celebrate that and celebrate with everybody in a safe manner.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's always great to be able to share all those experiences and everything, and being able to give back to the community. I know I've touched on this with a lot of previous films with people, but I mean, that's really what Lincoln is all about, is, giving back as much as you possibly can, because the more you give back, the more you get. And I mean, that speaks truth for giving in general, but I feel like in Lincoln, it's a little bit more special with that saying.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like a small town in a big town.
Yep.
So makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, Spencer, that's all I got. So I definitely appreciate you coming on. Another episode of Bowtie Business Spotlight, and we'll probably obviously be seeing you here soon. But with that, I definitely appreciate it, Spencer.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul.